Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at something pretty amazing, like how a creature's survival technique could change the future of water filtration.
Definitely.
And we found this really cool article from MIT. It's called What MIT Scientists Discovered About Manta Rays is Revolutionizing Water Filtration.
Yeah, it's a fascinating one. It all starts with a question, how can Mobula rays eat and breathe at the same time
Oh, yeah.
while they're swimming through water that's full of plankton?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Those massive manta rays and devil rays.
I mean, I know that whales are filter feeders.
Right.
But I never really thought about these graceful gliders being filter feeders, too.
Yeah.
So can you remind me what filter feeding is all about?
You got it. So filter feeding is basically when an animal has developed a way to strain those tiny organisms like plankton
Right.
out of the water.
Okay.
And it's a strategy that we see in a whole range of animals, from those tiny krill
Oh, wow.
all the way up to the massive baleen whales you mentioned.
Yeah, okay, so how do Mobula rays make this work?
Right.
The article mentioned something about comb-like plates in their mouths.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
They have these plates, and they're not just some random design quirk,
Yeah.
They actually play a vital role in channeling the water towards their gills so they can breathe.
So they're breathing and eating at the same time.
Exactly.
That's amazing. Talk about multitasking.
Multitasking at its finest.
Yeah, but here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
The MIT scientists found that these plates can trap plankton that are even smaller than the gaps between the plates.
Yeah,
It's like catching a grain of sand with a tennis racket.
that's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the mystery that really captivated the researchers.
Yeah.
Because it kind of defies our usual understanding of how filters work.
Okay, so now I'm hooked.
Okay.
Spill the beans. How is this even possible?
Okay, so it all comes down to the power of these tiny whirlpools that form as water flows over the plates
Uh-huh.
at just the right speed. These whirlpools are called vortices.
Okay.
So picture this miniature food tornadoes swirling inside the ray's mouth.
Wait, tiny food tornadoes? I love that visual.
Right.
Nature never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah.
But this is a podcast about the future of filtration.
Okay.
So how does this all translate to, like, cleaning our drinking water?
Right. That's the exciting part. Imagine if we could have filters that are super efficient,
Yeah.
letting water flow through easily while still capturing even the tiniest contaminants.
Uh-huh.
And that's what these Mobula rays have evolved over millions of years.
Wow.
And it could be the blueprint for a whole new generation of industrial filters.
So we're talking about a potential revolution in filtration technology,
Absolutely.
all thanks to these gentle giants.
Yeah. In the world of industrial filtration, it's
Right.
also always this delicate dance between permeability, so how easily the water flows through,
Yeah.
and selectivity, the ability to snag the bad stuff.
Mm.
And it seems like the Mobula rays have mastered that balance.
Yeah, that makes sense. But didn't the article say something about the researchers building a model?
They did?
Did they actually recreate these food tornadoes in the lab?
They did. To study those vortices in action, they created this simplified 3D printed model of the ray's mouth,
Wow.
complete with those precisely spaced plates. And then they pumped water through it, playing with different flow rates.
Okay, so I'm picturing a team of scientists huddled around a tank, mesmerized by tiny food tornadoes.
Yeah.
So what happened next?
Well, here's the aha moment. By controlling the flow rate, they could actually create or eliminate those plankton-trapping vortices.
Oh, wow.
They basically turned the food tornadoes on and off.
That's incredible. So they were able to witness this natural phenomenon in action right there in the lab. But I'm guessing this wasn't just for show.
Right.
This research has real-world applications, right?
You bet it does.
Mm-hmm.
Based on their findings, the team created design guidelines for a whole new breed of industrial filters.
Wow. So by understanding these vortex formations, we could have filters that are way more efficient.
Exactly.
And potentially even cheaper to make. What a win-win.
Yeah.
I'm curious, though, how much more efficient are we talking about?
Okay.
Could this be like a small improvement or something that could really shake up the filtration industry?
That's a great question, and it's one that researchers are actively exploring.
Okay.
The potential is enormous.
It's exciting to think about the possibilities.
Yeah.
This discovery could lead to filters that use less energy,
Right.
last longer, and are even better at removing contaminants.
Absolutely.
It seems like a real game changer.
It definitely has the potential to be.
Okay, this is all mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, I think we need to take a step back.
Okay.
And really delve into what those design guidelines entail.
Okay.
And how they're actually going to change things.
You're right. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So these design guidelines are all about replicating the magic of the Mobula rays filtration system. It's not just about the vortices, though.
Right.
It's also about understanding how the spacing of those comb-like plates plays a crucial role.
Okay, so how does the spacing come into play?
Right.
It seems like closer spacing would catch more stuff, right?
Well, not necessarily.
Yeah.
You have to remember that these rays need to breathe as they filter feed.
Oh, right, of course.
So if the plates were too close together,
yeah.
it would restrict the water flow,
Uh-huh.
making it hard for them to get the oxygen they need.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. It's like trying to breathe through a straw that's been pinched almost shut.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, if the plates were too far apart,
Yeah.
those plankton-trapping vortices wouldn't form effectively.
Oh, so they'd miss out on all that delicious plankton.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to eat enough to survive.
Right. So it's like this delicate balancing act between breathing and eating.
Precisely. And the Mobula ray, has struck that perfect balance over millions of years of evolution.
It's just mind-boggling to think about. All those evolutionary processes
Right.
that have kind of fine-tuned these adaptations over time.
Absolutely.
This research really highlights how connected form and function are in nature.
Absolutely. And it also underscores, the importance of understanding those connections.
Yeah.
By studying how nature solves problems, we can actually unlock innovative solutions to our own challenges.
It's like nature's handing us a blueprint for innovation.
Yeah.
Written in the language of evolution.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk specifics. Beyond industrial filters.
Right.
Where else could this technology be applied?
Well, the potential applications are vast. Think about water purification systems,
Okay.
particularly in developing countries.
Uh-huh.
Imagine filters that are highly efficient at removing contaminants,
Right.
but require minimal energy to operate.
That could be revolutionary for communities.
Yeah,
Struggling with access to clean water.
absolutely.
I mean, it's a game changer in terms of global health and sustainability.
Yeah,
Are there other areas where we might see this tech being used?
absolutely. This technology also has implications for air filtration.
Okay.
Imagine improving indoor air quality
Yeah.
and potentially even reducing the spread of airborne diseases with filters inspired by Mobula rays.
Wow, that's incredible. From cleaner water to cleaner air,
Yeah,
this research has the potential to touch so many lives.
it really does.
It's truly amazing to consider the ripple effects of this one discovery.
Right.
Who could have imagined that studying these graceful creatures
Yeah.
would lead to breakthroughs in so many different fields?
It just goes to show that nature is full of solutions waiting to be uncovered.
Yeah, this has been an incredible deep dive so far.
Right. Yes.
I feel like I've learned so much about Mobula rays
Yeah.
of potential they hold for the future of filtration.
Yeah.
But before we wrap things up,
Okay.
I think we need to bring it back to our listeners.
Okay.
What's the key takeaway here?
Well, for me, the biggest takeaway is that nature is a master engineer.
Yeah, it really is like nature has already figured out solutions to like some of humanity's toughest challenges.
Exactly.
And we just have to kind of pay attention and learn from its designs.
Right. Like take the Mobula rays filtration system.
Yeah.
It's a perfect example. By studying these animals, we've gained insights that could totally revolutionize filtration technology,
Right.
leading to more efficient and sustainable solutions for clean water, clean air, even advancements in medicine.
It really makes you think about how we're all connected to the natural world.
Absolutely.
And by understanding it, we can unlock these secrets
Yeah.
and harness its power, for good.
It really makes you wonder what other incredible solutions are out there,
I know.
just hidden in plain sight,
Yeah.
just waiting to be discovered.
I mean, if Mobula rays can inspire better water filters, what other creatures might hold the key to solving our biggest challenges?
Right.
I'm thinking maybe there's a plant out there that can teach us how to build more efficient solar panels.
Yeah.
Or an insect with a wing structure that could revolutionize aviation.
The possibilities are endless.
I know.
And that's why it's so important to keep exploring.
Yeah.
Keep asking questions, keep pushing the boundaries of knowledge. who knows what other amazing discoveries are waiting to be made
Right.
just below the surface.
Yeah, this deep dive into the world of Mobula rays has been a perfect example of that.
It really has.
It's shown us that even the most seemingly ordinary creatures can hold these extraordinary secrets.
It's a humbling thought.
It is.
Just imagine the potential if we could tap into even a fraction of nature's ingenuity.
Well, on that note, we'll leave you with this thought. If you were to take inspiration from nature to solve a problem, what would you choose to study and why?
Yeah.
What creature or natural phenomenon really sparks your curiosity?
Keep your eyes open,
Yeah.
keep your mind curious, and let us know what you discover.
Yeah.
You never know. Your observation could be the next breakthrough.
Until next time, happy exploring.